Attraction doesn't start with your words, it starts with your presence. Most guys get this completely wrong. They think being magnetic means being the loudest person in the room, telling all the jokes, and flashing status symbols. But the truth is, some of the most magnetic guys are the ones who barely say a thing. They are the ones every woman in the room notices, even if they can't explain why. Yubei Salder. It's because when you truly understand how to carry yourself without needing to speak, women start reacting to you on a primal level. They don't even realize why they're drawn to you. Today, I'm giving you 6 quiet behaviors that trigger that exact reaction. And if you can learn to embody these traits, you'll stop chasing attention and start effortlessly pulling it in. You will become a magnet for the right kind of energy. So basically, it's about shifting your entire frame of mind. It is not about a trick or a line. It's about a fundamental change in how you occupy space. Let's dive into the first one. Listen carefully because this one sets the foundation for everything else. Trait number 1, being calm in chaotic environments. Just think about it for a second. Most guys get jittery and anxious in new or loud settings. They talk too much, trying to fill the silence. They try way too hard to be noticed by everyone. But the man who stays calm, who walks in, observes, and holds his own energy, he feels different. And here's the key. Women pick up on that difference in seconds. But why does this work so well? Because deep down, we are all still wired for survival. Women evolved over millennia to seek out the man who doesn't panic in a crisis. Calmness equals capability in our subconscious mind. It equals a feeling of safety and stability. It signals that you are used to leading, not just reacting to your environment. This also has a direct biological effect on her. Your calm demeanor can actually trigger the parasympathetic nervous system in her body. That's the system that tells her brain, this man is safe. He feels stable, not erratic. So while the room is loud and every other guy is frantic, you are grounded. Her nervous system will unconsciously lock onto you. It is not because you are actively trying to be seen. It is because you carry a calm demeanor that most men simply do not possess. Okay, let's move on. This next one is subtle but incredibly powerful. Trait number 2, moving slower than most people do. This is something you feel more than you see. When you see someone rushing their movements, what does it signal? It screams tension, stress, or even insecurity. It's like their body is trying to escape the present moment. But when you make your movements slow and intentional, it sends a completely different message. When you take your time to sit down, to pick up your drink, to turn your head, it communicates, I'm not in a rush, I'm not chasing anything. It says, I already have everything I need right here. That level of physical and mental control is incredibly attractive on a biological level. Again, evolution taught women to notice subtle signs of competence. A man who moves like he is in charge of his own environment doesn't need to say a word. His body has already said it for him. Slower movement also gives you more presence. It demonstrates a deep self-trust and grounds you in the moment. So, practice this. Slow your pace. Own your space. Own your space. Let your body speak before your mouth ever has to. This next behavior is a game changer in one-on-one interactions. Trait number 3, making eye contact without needing anything. Here is a hard truth for you. Die quote, most men look at women hoping for something in return. They are looking for validation, for approval, or even just a smile back to soothe their anxiety. Their eye contact is a question. Do you like me? But the guy who looks her way and simply holds that eye contact, it's different. B is not chasing a reaction. He is not avoiding the connection. This hits different because it triggers something primal within her. B immediately notices that you aren't looking for a reaction. You are just present. You are just seeing her. That perfect balance of confidence and stillness makes her wonder, why isn't he reacting like all the other guys do? Who is this man? In psychology, we call this a pattern interrupts. It forces her attention because her brain is not used to it. It feels different from the usual. And that difference, that slight disruption of her expectations, makes her remember you. On an evolutionary level, direct yet grounded eye contact used to signal social dominance without any threat. That is precisely why she keeps thinking about it long after the moment has passed. So basically, your eyes say, I see you, and I am not afraid. That is all. Now, let's talk about what happens when you actually open your mouth. Trait number 4, pausing before you speak. When you rush to respond, you are being reactive. But when you pause, even for just a second or two before talking, it changes everything. It shows that you are not just trying to fill the silence. Ting. It shows that you are choosing your words with care. It shows you are comfortable inside your own head. This is subtle, yet so incredibly powerful. In evolutionary psychology, that brief pause is associated with higher cognitive control. Think about it. Who pauses? Leaders pause. Strategists pause before making their winning move. And a man who speaks only when he is ready communicates one critical thing. It says, I do not need your approval to speak. It says, I value my own words. And because he speaks with such presence, people instinctively listen more closely. That kind of self self-control draws her in without you even trying. She does not just hear what you say, she feels the weight and the intention behind it. This next one is all about what you are not showing. Trait number 5, keeping a calm and unreadable face. Have you ever noticed how women will study your face even when you are not talking? That is not random, that is pure biology at play. Back in early human groups, reading intentions was a matter of survival. The most dominant men were often not the most expressive. They were not overly reactive. They held their emotional cards close. This made other people curious and also a little bit careful around them. Women still feel that pull today. If your facial expressions are calm, composed, and do not instantly mirror hers, you become a mystery. You come off as unreadable and therefore intriguing. That in itself creates a subtle, delicious kind of tension. Then, the moment you do finally smile or raise an eyebrow, it lands with so much more impact. It feels like a reward because she had to wait for it, she had to work for it. That small earned reward lights up her brain's dopamine centers. This makes your attention, your approval, far more addictive than anything you could ever say. Now for the final piece of the puzzle. This one is about how you end an interaction. Trait number 6, leaving without explanation. This one is so powerful and so completely slept on by most guys. When you exit a room, a conversation, or any interaction without over-explaining yourself, it shows immense confidence. You are not seeking permission to leave. It shows you don't need to be the most liked person in the room. It shows you do not need to get final approval or validation for your actions. You are centered in your own world, on your own mission. There's a fascinating psychological principle that explains why this works so well. It is called the Zeigarnik effect. This is basically our brain's powerful tendency to obsess over things that feel unfinished or incomplete. This is the reason we hate when a movie ends on a cliffhanger. Our brains crave closure. So when you leave a great conversation with calmness, without over-explaining or apologizing, you create an open loop. She feels that little emotional disruption, that sense of, wait, what just happened? And her brain will desperately want to close that loop. What does that mean in practical terms? It means she keeps thinking about you. She is not used to a man leaving without seeking her reassurance first. The moment you do it effortlessly, you become the puzzle her brain wants to solve. You become the loop her brain wants to complete. So let's recap the core idea here. You do not need to be loud. You do not need to chase. You do not need to perform to win her over. You just need to show up with a presence and a quiet confidence that she can feel. Because quality women, the ones you actually want to attract, do not fall for noise. They fall for tension, they fall for substance, they fall for presence, and these 6 behaviors create the exact kind of polarity that pulls her in without you ever having to say a word. What questions do you have about this? Let me know in the comments. If there are enough good questions, I will make a follow-up video to answer them. If you got value from this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one.